KSM Show.
I'm Veronica Bequin, the brain behind the Veronica Buckets and also Veronica's Aquariums. And I like watching KSM Show, and I'll encourage everybody not to miss KSM Show.
We're back, folks, and I'm telling you, we're going to have an exciting show. And you can tell my level of excitement, you understand why very, very soon. Madam Felicia, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's been a long time. I've been waiting for you to make your appearance. But you're so rich and so busy. You had to locate.
Where was I? You were looking for me.
Where were you?
Yeah.
Who knows where you were? Today you are in Dubai. Tomorrow you are going to... thanks to COVID, I slowed down crown. Have you been slowed down a bit with all your travels because of Uncle Kuru?
I'm so happy.
You're happy?
I'm not being selfish, but I'm so happy I'm not traveling now.
Wow.
And I hope it's going to stay, that we can talk on by technology.
Zoom and
Zoom, the teams and all that. You meet, and because you have to travel sometimes.
You were traveling a lot.
I was traveling like crazy. February, I was very lucky. I went and came in before this lockdown, you know, and I have to be in 5 countries from train to train to train around Europe. So I'm so excited. I'm not being selfish, but
You're excited for once.
for one that I'm in the country for almost 4 months,
Wow.
5 months.
It's never happened.
It has never happened for 25 years, and I have my kids with me. They are also not in school.
Okay.
So you have quality life. And I'm very surprised that I didn't even know my garden, you know.
Really? Then you have a time to just breathe and
To
appreciate.
breathe and all that. So you reflect and tell yourself, what was I doing? I didn't have a life.
So can you imagine yourself going back to that life, or even after COVID, you have your new life now where you give time to yourself a bit?
I don't think I'll go back. I'm going to insist we use Zoom. And if I should travel, maybe for holidays, and I bet you I'll be in one of the African countries, or Europe, or America. I'm hoping, I know that I'm hoping, I think it's going to stay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I have time for myself. I work from home. I have TV that I can see. I mean, there's cameras. You can work from home. You know what is happening. You relax. You take good meal.
Wow.
You don't be
A lot of these things you were missing.
I was
And you didn't even know.
I mean, I didn't have a life.
Wow.
I didn't have a life.
Wow.
And for example, I would travel with my children, I think 2 years ago to London. And for the first time, I sat in the open bars. I've never sat in it.
Wow.
Because you go in, you go for meetings, you are back. There was no life. So I'm not being selfish, but I think this issue now happening around the world,
It's a blessing in disguise.
it's a blessing in disguise. A lot of people have, you know,
Wow.
taken back, sat back, and then realized a lot of things. And life, I think, is not business or money. To me, you can make all the money in this world. You need good people around you and have good life. I think so.
Show some love, man. Show some love. Having said life is not about business and money. Having said that, she does amazing business and she has plenty of money. Put your hands together. No, but you know, you've done so. By the way, you are the market woman of the month for the Stanford Seed Transformational Network.
Yeah.
You are the marketing woman of the month.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Wow. And your business has a history.
Yes.
I mean, would you consider yourself you're born an entrepreneur? Because like at the age of like 4 or something, you started managing stuff in the convent. Tell me a little bit about going back to how far your business history goes.
Yeah, I have a very interesting childhood. At the age of 4, I was taken away from home and taken to the convent, Ola Elmina boarding school. My uncle was in a seminar. He was a Catholic priest, training as a Catholic priest. So I think he recommended that they take me there.
Take you to the Ola.
But my grandmother saw something in me, and she insisted that they take me away from home because my mom thought I was too young. And I was so ignorant, I didn't even know they are taking me away from home.
Really?
I didn't know. At 4 years, I mean.
You just figured you've moved somewhere else.
So I saw my mom traveling with me, and then we came to Cape Coast. She told me you are in Cape Coast, and then we took another car to Elmina. And then there I was in the convent with these nuns with veils.
Yeah.
It was a bit sad. But, you know, growing up I was very precocious, and my grandmother used to call me a man. And I used to get very angry with her.
Call you a man?
A man. She said, she goes like, she's a man. And I get very
What were
angry.
you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. And in tree, a man, I won't say Bema, but she goes like Okokuseche. So one day I asked my mother, what's the meaning of that? She said a crow.
A crow,
And
yes.
a cock.
Yes.
And I said, why is she calling me that? I used to get very angry with her. But growing up, I started understanding why. So I understand when I went up the steps, my mom didn't see me again. So they thought I was okay. And I fitted in. I didn't cry.
The day she brought you, you
yes,
just went up and
I
then...
went up and sister took me, and you know, that was a new life. But I think I cried for a week or so. I was looking for my mom. But later I got used to it. And then we were two in the convent. Myself and Florence, I'll never forget her. And we used to go to Saito. You know, there's a convent school, but an outside school was Saito. So every morning we hold our hands and go there.
Yeah.
And then afternoon we come back. Fast forward 8 years, you know, class 1, class 2, I was not coming home. I was still staying with the sisters. And I think that is where I had to develop all my values and virtues.
Where were you staying?
In the convent with them. But during school days, I come to the boarding house.
Okay.
It was a very small community. We were around 50 children.
Okay.
But when we vacate, I go to the convent. So I stay there till they revacate.
And you think that those years were the time you started developing your
I think so.
entrepreneurship?
I think so, because we were a very small community. We grew up in school, your best friend doesn't turn up. You ask why, sister tells you, daddy died. And I said, why, daddy? Why is she not coming? Mommy can't pay the school fees.
Oh.
Why mommy can't pay school fees?
It was news to you, huh?
Yes, because mommy is not working. And I told sister, why is mommy not working? And I think at that very early age, I told myself it's not going to happen to me. Because I lost 4 of my mates I never saw till now, and I remember their names. Because we were in the same dormitory at the age of, they were 4, they were 5, 6, and myself. And interestingly, 2 days ago, I bumped into Victoria, Biney.
Wow. We
were there, and we screamed.
You remember each other?
We remember. So I don't understand why they were not coming, and I've never seen them. Veronica, Peggy.
So they were not coming because they had lost their dads, and their mom couldn't continue with education.
Education,
so
because there's no school. Because
Okay.
at that time, Ola was very expensive at that time, you know.
So that's when you vow that this will never happen?
At that early age, I told myself, no, this is not going to happen. And as I told you, when I was growing up, I was very precocious. I mean, I'm a pennies and power. And the many sorting. I'm a strong character. And sometimes I look back and I think to a fault. You know, so I think at that early age, I told myself. So at the age of 8, I was in charge of the storeroom where we keep our food.
8 years?
8 years. So I have the keys. Because sister trusted me. Because I used to go to the sacristy when the mass boys don't come. I have to go and lay all those things. So I'm a very staunch Catholic. Very, very staunch Catholic. I was always serving Father. On Wednesdays, I have to go and bring the akasok to the convent. And then we dine, you know. So I'm a very frugal person. You know, I'm sorry to say, even when my lingerie is off, I will not buy a new one. That is how I was brought up. I will dine it. Well. So I dine. So I'm a very good, I can sew very well, but because of business, we dine it. So I'm very spiritual. Very spiritual.
Really?
I'm very, very spiritual.
Okay. Let me fast forward a bit, because I want to start getting now into when the whole entrepreneurship started kicking in. You know, because I had a very funny story. You went to Kwame University of Science and Technology, yes. And you studied land economy. Yeah. And your mom was hoping that you were going to go and do some big office work, and then you started selling, I don't know whether it's true, but then you started selling rice and she got Tell me about the story before.
See, so fast forward, you were saying, when I grew up and in the university, when we were in university, during that time is when Rawlins Revolution and all that, the university was closed for 1 year. We were supposed to go for cocoa evacuation and all that. But I think I was born a capitalist. So I was going to Lagos to bring scarves and all that to come and sell.
During the time?
During the time. Even when we were in school, I used to go weekend Friday.
Yeah.
I'm quite a smart woman, so, I can take my notes around and, work it out. And so I'll buy scarves and come and sell to them. At that time, it was fashion to put scarves around your neck to lectures and all that. So I'll go on Friday and come back on Sunday evening. Come with a government transport, as we used to say, STC to Kumasi. So after they closed the school, I said, why don't I continue? So I was doing that. So after school, I taught for 1 year for my, national service. And I told myself one day, I said, no, I want to be in business. And I started reading. That time there was no internet, so you had to go to British Council Library. And I read a lot about exports and all that. So I wanted to sell. I told myself, what can I export? Something people use every day. Something very versatile. Then I chose palm oil.
Palm oil.
Palm oil. And before then, when we were in the university, once in a while we come to Legon, young people to come and chill, on your way from Kumasi to Accra, you see these women with tomatoes and all that with their children, plantain, carrying their children. I go like, no, I'm going to change this. I told myself, I'm going to change this. I will make sure the women make money, add value to whatever they are doing. So at that time, when I was coming from Tech to Legon once a while, I reconfigured what I said to myself when I was growing up, that it's not going to happen to my children. So when I see them feeding their children, on top of the car, I go like, no, it shouldn't be like that. So I told myself, no, this is what I'm going to do after my national service. So I went in and then studied about palm oil, because palm oil was not perishable. I saw the plantain getting ripened and all that. So I went to the trade attaché, and then I got some addresses, and then I started. And I started from Kanishi, one woman called Dada. And as you know, women are very strategic. When I planned to sell palm oil, I used to go to Kanishi, sampling different kinds of oils, and I got Dada, whose oil was very good. And so I started with 2 drums, and I got my letters written, and at that time there was only fax. And then I got one customer writing back. So we started business. I remember going to Kaneshi industrial area to buy bottles, and then use funnel to drop it in. Yeah. And also my kitchen table. And that I remember very well, it was August 4th. I wrote a lot of things down. And on August 5th, I was in the Registrar General to register my company.
What did you write down? Your business ideas or things you wanted to do?
I wrote that I want to build and create a food empire. I just wrote that, and it's still there.
On August 4th. And then the following day, you went to register it?
I went and registered it. And I was in a rented place. So it was tough. I remember bringing 1 drum to my place, and then my landlady was saying, what am I going to do? Am I going to use it to cook? And I said, no. They said, you can't do business here. So I'll hide myself in the kitchen and then, pour it in with my daughter and then label it. I remember the first label was green. I don't know why I chose green, because the product is red. I don't know why I chose green. And then I remember when we had our first order, it was 100 cartons. And so I remember coming to, I'm from Kumasi, I didn't know Accra very well. And so at the motorway, I remember very well, we were at that place where they have the, the booth, trying to hide for a lift. And then we got one, I remember we took the 100 cartons, and I had no idea about shipping, but I read about it. So I was thinking that the moment you put it in the ship, it leaves. So when I got there, they said, no, we have to ship in a container. So your 100 carton has to join they call group container. It's going to take you 2 months before, if you are lucky, it will get full. I was so devastated.
You were thinking you were going to go there.
I was
just ship it
and
away,
then go. And then after 2 months, it got there. And so having fast, and you remember those days, you can't even call. You have to go to Circle, then book a call and all that. All sort of things. You know, we come a long way. And I remember very well when it got there, within a week, because it became a niche product. There's no red palm oil anywhere. And I remember those days, I remember when my sister was traveling, I was a teenager. They have to pound this palm and then freeze it. And so it became a niche product and it was a big deal. So within a week, it all got sold out.
Wow.
So he called me again. And then the rest is history. And I remember very well, as I told you, I had a very funny dream. I saw containers moving out of my kitchen, that small kitchen. And I told I had one staff. She started laughing. She said, "Mommy, how can this be? You stay here talking about containers." After 6 months, it's history now. So we started, and I was smart. Instead of writing product of Ghana, I wrote product of West Africa.
Okay. So that's how you labeled it.
So people didn't know it was coming from Ghana. So we ruled the market for almost 15 years. Till Standard Board and Food and Drugs Board became Food and Drugs Board in Ghana. They insisted it should be product of Ghana. And that is when the people started coming here, because the guy was making very good money. So other buyers started coming to Ghana and all sorts of things. But we did a lot of business, and we are still married. I'm still married to that customer. We have other, Mr. Yatko is now retired, and the son has taken over. But I look back and tell myself, that customer made us.
Wow.
And with me, business is partnership, it's not money. When you have the partnership, the money will come. And so when I started this palm oil business, my mother was so disappointed. She goes like, "I'm a bregu."
But what was school? What was university?
You went to the university. What on? Hey, I do my bregu. I remember very well. And I'm very happy she saw the success before God.
Wow. So she was her immediate reaction was disappointment.
She was very disappointed.
Go to the university, take and go.
She was so disappointed, but I was telling her later that, "Mommy, if you knew how I started this business," because I didn't have working capital.
Yeah.
She gave me a bangle and I sold it.
She gave you?
A bangle, gold bangle, and I sold it. At that time, it was around $500. It was a lot of money. It was 36 karat gold. And she used to ask me, "Where is that thing?" And I said, "Oh, it's there, But later I told her, like a present.
A present.
Whenever you are leaving home, she gives it to you.
Okay.
Those days they had a lot of gold, And so I sold it. And
she wasn't aware you've sold it?
She wasn't aware, but she got to know before she died. But before I sold it, I didn't have much money. And so I used to go to... I planned that this is what I want to do. I want to build a food, kingdom. Let me put it that way. I want to build a giant food conglomerate in future. So you won't believe I started with plantain. I will go to Wenchi in a public transport, go and buy plantain, bring it here. I remember Domit Market was very close to the road at that time. Because I realized that in Accra, they don't sell plantain in bunches, they sell a single. So I could count everything and make my money. So after going there for 3 months, I had some money and added it to this one because it was a lot. I had to buy cards, I had to buy this, I have to buy that. So when my mom got to know I started that way, she nearly collapsed. So you were coming through Kumasi and you never came home. I said, "Mommy, I needed money to work." And so my mom was like, "Why are you doing this?"
Well, I can't, yeah.
She was very disappointed. And whenever she's sending me a parcel from Kumasi, she would go like, "Oh, Who do I say invest in our tongue? No, I could invest in our tongue. No, she tagged me, but I believe what I was doing. I knew where I was going.
Yeah.
And I remember the first my award at Switzerland, and I showed her. Said, "Hey, but you know, palm oil is a very interesting.
Yeah, but it's getting very, very exciting. We're going to go into more of this. So stick around. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, you better symbol. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Folks, as I keep saying, whether you're looking for red wine or white wine, the only name, red or white, is Man Wine. Absolutely exquisite and beautiful. And please check out Man Wine. And when you call them, just add that you heard it on the KSM Show. Trust me, to get you a discount.
Etiefo, se wope wine and sata, me pacho pi, shishe Man Family Wine. I'm rantie miensa wo mu free Stellenbosch, South Africa ye natural wine. Red wine awudoni bi ene Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot ena Syrah. White wine nso ebi ne Chardonnay ene Chanel Blanc. Wo pese wo enjoy wine ya, me pacho pi. White wine no seven ice cold ena red wine nso maninye cool kakra. Wo pache de bi dia mo pani bia. Man Family Wine. Who ye party and a yen soa, and more free Man Family Wine. Artist option was Spintex Road in Crankwa, and a sole distributor ewo Ghana. At to phone for 020-811-0618, 059-261-1618, and now 020-816-1601. Man Family Wine, or BRC ye. Nomninyan Semu, one too many power winning fear do watching, and Sessa Penfo num be. FDA ashisha sa ejedi nkrato imachia to mu say eye.
This creek is 055 039 5007.